Hi ladies and gents, it's none other than Ian Miles here from KarmaLifestyles.com, and I am back for yet another action-packed video for you today. In fact, today I'm going to be showing you an infield video with both myself and with special guest Mr. Karma Lifestyles himself, so I really do hope that you like it. So today I'm going to be talking to you about how to pick up girls. However, it's going to be centered on how to pick up girls at the beach, to be specific. Now, you know, speaking for myself, I like meeting girls anywhere, whether it's at the beach, whether it's at a busy shopping district, or even at a loud nightclub. I love them all, and I kind of get a kick from not having met a girl at a certain place. And now, for instance, when I'm sat on the plane with the rest of the Karma gang, and that's Emre and Annabella, I might see a really gorgeous flight attendant just come through the hatch doors. Oh yes, this will be fun, I would think to myself, and I would love to meet and hook up with a beautiful flight attendant there and then. So I turn to my left and I kind of tap them both and gesture what I'm just about to do, and they would kind of snigger or cheer me on. Guys, welcome to Karma Lifestyles. So as I've already mentioned, I love meeting women anywhere, but there's something really adventurous and really memorable about meeting a girl at the beach. Now guys, the bottom line is, it doesn't really matter where you approach girls, whether it's at the beach or whether it's at your gym, or even if you spot her standing there at your local bus stop. It really doesn't matter. However, today we're going to be talking about how to meet and how to pick up girls whilst you're at the beach. So why the beach, you may ask? Well, I suppose this video was kind of designed for those of you who have kind of decided to take that weekend away, say with your mates, and you just find yourself, say, at a beach town where, you know, the beach is absolutely heaving with beautiful girls. Now, it could also be that you're even traveling solo and you'd like to meet someone whilst you're at the beach. So if you feel like you can kind of relate to this video, then I definitely watch the rest of it. Now, before we get going through, I just want to remind you not to forget to follow me on my various social media pages. That's my Instagram and my Facebook pages, which you can find on the screen right down below. Now, I publish regular free content on these pages too, and I try to keep it very kind of two-way and very interactive in case you have any dating related questions you'd like to ask me. So guys, I'd encourage you to check them out when you get the chance. Okay, so enough of that chit chat. Why don't we begin by watching the infield footage where Emre and I, where we cold approached these two girls at the beach. So let's see how we got on with them, so stay tuned. Are you guys on holiday?
Yes, we are on holiday.
Oh, nice.
She's Irish.
Oh, she's Irish.
She's the popular one. I'm not.
You're not the popular one.
Popular one. I'm you from the white one.
The white one. I'm the white one as well.
My name is Ray.
Hi, Ray. Nice to meet
Pleasure to meet you, Ray.
It's like,
you. My sister is doing biomedical engineering, so.
Is she?
So
you don't come from a dumb family.
No, I don't think anybody would be too patient in my family because they're so anxious. You know, they just look at you and they expect you to know. Or it's like
everything.
You know. Yeah. I remember the big gates. Everything I drive in, every day I drive in, I hear that bang, that loud bang when the gate would close behind me.
So you go traumatized from the cat.
I go to sleep and the last thing in my head is the gate, you know, like
it just closes.
I think the one thing I could never forget is that gate closing behind me.
God.
I don't know, because I come home to my own bed, you know, but I don't know how it is for them, you know.
I think you're the type of person who would show off all the time.
I've seen, I've looked up Monte Carlo and I've looked up a lot of nice places, and this doesn't even come near to it. I'm not impressed. We learn the high morals, but then we learn the contrast of it, and we learn a lot of acceptance. No matter what you do, we cannot impose our moral values on somebody else, because our values, it's not somebody else's values. So when we learn acceptance, we separate the behavior from the person in order to be able to help somebody else. It's about spirituality as well. It's not only about the intellect. You know, we all develop under the piles. You know, physical, intellectual, language, emotional, spiritual, and social. So we can get to top it up a little bit. And sometimes, you know, like we're all made different. So, say for example, logical minds, engineers,
Just use WhatsApp.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry,
So where do you guys stay here?
Cottage.
Where do you guys stay here?
Sorry, can you say your name again?
Ian.
Ian.
Come out like probably.
Lovely to meet you. Okay, so I hope that you like that, and I hope that it can give you an idea of what to expect when cold approaching girls who are just passing by. Now, as you can see, it's really no big issue, and the conversation just flows. Now, you can also really kind of get into a deep conversation just as I did. Okay, so what are the main tips that I can give you in order to help you to succeed with picking up girls at the beach? Well, for starters, stay hydrated. Now, you're going to a hot climate, and if you're from high up in the northern hemisphere like myself, you'll definitely need to have a few cups of water whilst you're walking along that beach front. Don't forget to bring yourself a cold bottle or even an ice bottle of water when you're out and about. Okay, and the next thing I would say is definitely wear a hat to avoid getting some bad sunstroke, and also wear a high factor sun cream to avoid getting roasted if you're as white as I am. Now, when you get into a good interaction with a girl, you may end up sitting there for hours upon hours on end, and you wouldn't even realize that the sun is just battering down at you. Look at the weather beforehand and really do prepare yourself. Okay, and having said that, it might actually be a wise idea to even avoid the sun when it's at its highest point of the day. Just wait inside until say after 3 p.m. when it begins to cool down, but don't you worry, you won't be missing out anything, and you'll also feel so much more energetic when you approach and when you interact with those women, and when you know that it's so much cooler. Okay, and the next tip, and probably the most important tip to succeed in meeting women on the beach, is none other than taking action as soon as possible. Now guys, it is really important to take action and to approach a girl as soon as you land at the beach front. Okay, otherwise your emotions will get the best of you, seriously, and they'll prevent you from taking that action. Now, your emotions will begin to tell you that, look, the environment is, say, too open, or too open to cold approach a girl that you don't know, and you're too exposed as you're standing up and everybody else is sitting down, or even that there are too many girls sitting around and listening. Or you might think that, it's actually too low of an energy of an environment to be cold approaching someone, and the girls wouldn't like it when, you cold approach them when they're, say, lying down on the beach, or they're just too hungover. But look, this is absolutely incorrect. So don't let the sheer openness, or sometimes what appears to be a lack of energy of the environment, don't let it freak you out. Now remember that people are there on holiday most likely, and they're not at work, so of course they do want to socialize because they're really bored, and they do want to have some fun. Now, even if they appear not to want to socialize, it's really, guys, up to you to really brighten up their day and get them socializing. Now, get them off their butts and get them busy. Like, I was always the type of guy who, I really got really bored of just lying down at the beach. I mean, I could read a few lines or even a paragraph, say, from a book, but then when I'd see those girls flocking to the water in their bikinis, it just didn't feel time well spent reading that book. So I really have to think about it. I would suggest leaving your book at home and really taking some action as soon as you land there. And remember that things don't always appear as how they look at first glance. The environment may seem low energy and really low key, but who cares? Make it higher energy and make it your environment and sculpt it in a way that you want it, and absolutely own the place like I do. So definitely motivate yourself to take that action. Now, the other point that I want to make is don't limit yourself to approaching girls who are only walking on the main walkway. Now, I do realize that I approached 2 girls who were walking around in my infield footage, but you don't need to entirely limit yourself to approaching girls in these very situations. And likewise, don't also limit yourself to cold approaching girls who are just simply lying down on the beach too. You can approach girls virtually anywhere on the beach, and even if they're in big groups too, as when they're in big groups, they're likely to be in hen parties, and there'll be a lot of them on the beach. Look, I suppose that the best way to look at it is always to go to the busiest places, as volume is your best friend in these situations. Now remember, it's always a numbers game, so you'll find more girls walking around or even lying down the beach where it's busiest. Now, it may seem pretty obvious, but our anxieties can sometimes play tricks on the logical parts of our minds when we arrive at the beach, or even at any new location. And look, we may unconsciously move ourselves away from the busiest sections of the beach, so just be aware of that. And always gravitate towards the most populated areas in order to boost your success rate. Guys, what I would also say is don't limit yourself to approaching fully clothed girls at the beach. Okay, what I mean is, and let me finish, what I mean is it doesn't matter if she's wearing a bikini. Heck, it doesn't even matter if she's topless or even if she's fully nude. As look, you're at a public place, so you can be casual and you can socialize. Now, I've approached girls in bikinis a countless number of times before, and I've never ever had a bad reaction ever. I mean, I'm actually going to be publishing a footage really soon where I cold approach a really gorgeous girl wearing a really small bikini to prove my point about this. So watch out for it, it's going to be really good. Now, in some ways, it is great when you meet a girl who's in a bikini because, look, there's definitely an element of her feeling really comfortable showing her body to you when you take her back to the bedroom. And believe me, this can save you a lot of aggro later on. Okay, and moving on to my next point. Now, the real beauty about cold approaching girls at the beach is that you can practically, intimately, and really sexually escalate with her anywhere. Now, I don't mean on the beach itself, but what I mean is you can easily ask her, say, for a swim in the water where you can actually treat the sea as your bedroom. Now, your emotions are heated up at this stage and you both have many things going through your mind, and it would just kind of kill the mood if you suggested getting a cab back to your place. But look, I mean, look, don't get me wrong here, as you still can do it, and you'll probably hook up together too, but I like being creative and I like being adventurous, and I can't be arsed kind of packing my stuff on the beach or looking for a cab driver. Okay, on the other hand, look, if you're not feeling so confident taking her to the sea straight away, then you could also suggest to have a coffee or even an ice cream on an instant date. As look, there would be loads of places on the beachfront where you can actually sit with her, and actually get to know her a bit more. Okay, now I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent, so forgive me, but you see, this also kind of holds true if you find yourself interacting with women later at night, as you don't always need a bedroom if you're close to the beachfront. Now, obviously, try to be as sensible and as discreet about this as you can, and please, guys, please do respect and learn the laws of the land where you're socializing in. So you kind of want to use your common sense here too. So I do hope you found these insights useful, and now you know what to do when you find yourself at the beach. Now feel free to put down your adventure stories in the comment section right down below. And for those of you who feel like you're not quite there yet and you would like to kind of effortlessly meet girls at the beach or even at the bars and at the clubs, then I think that you should really check out our residential training program. Now, this is a week-long intensive program where myself, Emre and Annabella Rose will teach you everything, absolutely everything we know about dating and cold approach in 70 action-packed hours. And after the theory section of the program is finished, we will then take you out ourselves and encourage you to do the approaches, and we will give you a kind of a one-on-one feedback on exactly what you need to do to improve. Okay, and we will also demonstrate the approaches ourselves so that you can see it with your own eyes, as we realize that, guys, the best way for you to learn this is by actually seeing and then by mimicking those actual behaviors. Now, guys, realize also that this is not another one of those boot camps where you're completely forgotten. This is an exclusive one-on-one training program with the leading dating coaches in the industry. So you can find out more about the program by clicking on the link in the video's description right down below, or you can click on the card right above. Now, as I've already said, we will coach you anywhere, at the beach, at the bars, and at the clubs too. And in case you'd like to arrange it abroad, it doesn't have to be yet another aimless holiday where you get fat and where you get drunk. You can really use it as an opportunity to kind of just develop yourself and actually meet gorgeous women who like you back. Also, in case you missed it at the start of the video, guys, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and on my Facebook pages, as I also post regular dating and regular confidence related content on there too. Now, you can find the handles to these social media pages on the screen right here. But guys, this is unfortunately all I have for you today, and I really do hope that you enjoyed my video, and there will be many more infield videos to come from myself and from the rest of the gang here. So today you were joined by none other than Ian Miles, and I shall see you next time.